Some elements that you author into your director movies require extra pre-prepared blocks of code that extend the capabilities of director. These extra blocks of code are referred to as extra extensions in the director documentation. Extra is spelled X-T-R-A. When you distribute a movie, you must either include these extra extensions or provide the user with the means to download them. Extra extensions not included with the Shockwave player must be installed in a user's system before the movie will play back successfully on the user's system. The director player includes the extra extensions that support most of the common features and media types in Director 11, including text, vector shapes, flash content, BMP, PIC, JPEG, and GIF file formats and importing, sound management, and Shockwave audio. Director downloads extra extensions from the URL specified in the extrainfo.txt file in the Director application folder. If you open up the Director application folder, you'll see a folder there labeled configuration. In there is a text file, extrainfo.txt. If you open that in a text editor, you'll see a list of purpose, background, descriptions, and then in these descriptions are extras for various categories: accessibility, mixed services, text, sound, Shockwave 3D. These all contain URLs where those extras are available for download. Now these are for the extras that are not already incorporated in the player. You'll use the Movie Extras dialog box here by choosing Modify, Movie Extras to specify extra extensions to include in a projector and whether extra extensions should download for use with Shockwave content. Notice that this Movie Extras dialog box contains a list of the most commonly used extra extensions. Including all these extra extensions ensures that your movie will work in most cases, but will make your projector much larger. So to help manage memory, you'll want to remove, using this interface here, extra extensions that you know you won't be using. To remove the extension, just select it and then click on the Remove button. You can also add extensions if you see a missing extension here by clicking on the Add button. Notice that will open up the Add Extras dialog. In the drop-down menu, you'll see quite a number of additional extras that you can add by selecting the extra, then click OK. And that adds it to the list here. To get information about any of the extra extensions listed here, when they're available, you can select the extra and then click on the Info button. That will launch a browser. Go to the Adobe website, the Shockwave section, and give you a description where available of that extra. To change settings for any of the extra extensions in the list, select an extra extension and then select one of the following options. Include in projector specifies director to include the selected extra extension in any projector that includes the current movie. Download if needed causes the movie to prompt the user to download a required extra extension if it's not installed in the user's system. The extra extension is then downloaded from the location specified in that extrainfo.txt file that I showed you and gets permanently installed on the user's system. Now, another way to include extra extensions that I read in the director documentation is to create an extras folder containing all required extra extensions in the same folder as a projector file. This allows you to see which extra extensions are included without opening the director movie. If you use this method, you cannot include extra extensions in the projector file because the movie will fail to initialize. Now, the way this works is that each time you create a sprite that requires an extra extension, director adds that extension to the list here of required extensions in this Movie Extras dialog box. If you remove the sprite, director does not remove the extra extension from this list. This will be helpful if later you recreate the sprite, because director cannot detect extra extensions required in Lingo or JavaScript syntax, you must manually add any extra extensions required by your scripts to the list here in the Movie Extras dialog box. So when you start scripting, it's very important that you manage your extra extensions here in this dialog box to control the size and capabilities of the movies that you do distribute. Many important features in Director, such as text and vector shapes, are controlled by extra extensions, as is the ability to import all types of linked media. If you don't use a feature or import a media type that is controlled by an extra extension, you don't want to distribute the related extra extension with your movie. It just makes your movie larger and doesn't add any additional capabilities to the movie. This is especially true for movies that you plan to distribute over the internet. Let me now move on to the next movie and talk a little bit more about this very important topic of managing your extra extensions.